Gotham is complicating the lives of the GCPD by unleashing a who's who of Batman villains on the city streets this season. We caught up with the cast at New York Comic-Con to find out what happens when the city's underbelly boils over.
You'll see a lot of interaction between Oswald and Edward Nygma, which is really exciting. His development as a character is one of the most exciting things, I think, for me as a fan of the show. Like, just to see this character who's like very sweet and unassuming throughout the whole first season, but then seeing how that changes and how the darkness sort of enters into his psyche, and seeing that manifest itself, like, not just emotionally and intellectually, but also like physically.
He's kind of encapsulating what Gotham is, which is, you know, taking people from their origin, like their goodness, and bringing them into their badness. For me this season, there's been a big development from Barbara, because at the end of last season, she killed her parents. So this season, she comes into Arkham Asylum and then gets busted out of there and is sort of on a bit of a mission to get back Jim Gordon, the kind of love of her life.
So Barnes comes in as a real law and order zealot, a hard ass, if you will, and Jim is immediately intrigued and excited about the opportunity to have a boss who really wants to get things done, shake things up in the GCPD. The problem with it is that Barnes is so much of a law and order man that he wants to go after people like Penguin, and Jim has a relationship with Penguin, and it gets complicated quite quickly.
He's very much a father figure and a mentor to James Gordon, and he sees in this kid the hope and the potential for Gotham. But he's worried about him because he's becoming as bad as the villains. He's breaking the law and order to enforce it, and he's adamantly opposed to that. This wave of lawlessness that's happened in Gotham. They've been brazen enough to come into the precinct itself and slaughter cops and kill my predecessor. So he comes in almost like a battlefield general, ready to wage war against these people.
Theo's storyline in the Galavans' history with Gotham City and the Waynes is going to come to light in the next couple of episodes. Tabitha's role in it is not going to be explored quite yet. So far, if you've been watching, you probably sense that maybe she's not fully on board with her brother's plan and that there's some resentment brewing underneath it all. So maybe that's a hint as to where she's going to end up.
Bruce Wayne is the key to the puzzle, and he's at the heart of Theo Galavans' avenging story against his wronged family. So he's going to go after Bruce Wayne.
We are realizing that people that die in Gotham don't necessarily die, that there is a second life to them, and that life comes through the tinkering that Strange and his group are doing with the bodies in the morgue.
Jade is my girl, and she was so amazing to work with last year, and I was so happy in the finale of the last season that we don't see a body. I throw her in the water, fish can swim, you know what I mean? And so it's open, and I would love nothing more than to have more time to work with Fish Mooney, because she's very formative to Oswald, and I think that would just be incredibly fascinating. To have her come back, that would really freak him out.
Theo offers Cobblepot a deal. He wants to work with the Penguin because that's more advantageous at this point in the story. Penguin has to then decide if he can do that. And Penguin was very comfortable running the city on his own, thank you very much. So these aren't guys who maybe are even capable of working together, but they give it a little try.
Mr. Freeze will be making an appearance this year, along with Mad Hatter.
There's Firefly, she's pretty cool.
There's even some talk about the Court of Owls, which is really, really thrilling.
There are reveals down the line about what informs his character, why he does cling on to the law in the way that he does, because there is darkness in his past and in his own character. It sets his character up on a path that we'll see where it leads.
Well, that's it for now, but make sure that you click subscribe, and then tonight tune into Fox for a brand new episode of Gotham.
And to find out more #DCTV secrets about this week's episodes of Arrow, The Flash, and Gotham, be sure to go over to DCComics.com.